This episode of Hold Your Horses is sponsored by local collective Goods and Gifts in historic downtown Sonora, your one-stop shop for goods and gifts highlighting makers of the motherlode. This shop is great. It's one of the best things that has come to downtown Sonora. It's run by a few of our closest friends, Zach and Maddie Broxham, and for our listeners, when you mention Hold Your Horses, they will give you a free hot or iced espresso beverage with your purchase. Thank you, local collective Goods and Gifts in historic downtown Sonora.
All right, well, here we go with another episode of Hold Your Horses with our fearless three flying horse riders, Tommy, Travi, and Danny.
Pegasus, guys. Pegasi.
We have been trotting and cantering for 3 seasons now, and we are just getting a gallop underway. So, Happy New Year. 2023 is going to be the best season yet, and a merry year as well. So we've delved into some heavier topics as of late, drugs, alcohol, some of the real downers. But
two faces on your head.
Faces, hypocritical, backstabbers. Where does backstab come from? Stuff like that.
Wagons.
A lot of wagon talk. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to turn the tables a little bit on this and try to lighten things up a little bit. So picture this.
Done.
I'm sitting in a shack, we'll say, with 2 buds just riffing and raving on idioms, and then suddenly I'm not there anymore, and I actually I don't know where this is going.
Where did he go? He's gone.
I don't know.
It's cold in here.
Had I taken a moment to think about how to present this, I would have come up with something clever. But ultimately, I wanted to bring in a real zinger, and I wanted to end my story. Imagine I just told a real thrilling tale. And
here it is.
I'm just at the climax, and then Travis, I hit you with this one. My, how the tables have turned.
That's what I said on the very many episodes that I have steady-handedly won. Anyways, the bros in here, they're just kind of like, Trav, he's along for the ride. Trav, noogie. And then I'm like, noogie, well, what about off the cuff? What about close but no cigar? What about two-faced? And then they're like,
he's claiming it.
Oh, wow.
And then
Trav's
I'm like,
part of the family.
What about 3 out of 20, boys?
Have turned, gentlemen.
How do you like these cards? Those are all jokers.
Right.
I think that's what you're looking for. Anyways,
I appreciate that.
There you go.
How the tables have turned. I feel like it's often starts with the my. It's a really just, I don't know if it's just the expression latched onto that. I'm sure you could say, boy, haven't the tables turned, or it sure seems that the tables have turned. But the point is, this expression, which I just love, I think it's very dramatic. I think it has a lot of layers to it. Whose tables are these? What kind of tables?
Why are they turning?
Which way?
How far are they turning?
Who's turning them? But obviously the expression means that things have been flipped on their head. In a little bit of the two-faced vein, you thought things were one way, but now they're going a different direction. You had the upper hand. But now you no longer have the upper hand. Speaking of upper hand, we've got a hand featured on the front of our sweet sweatshirt merch. Hold Your Horses, with a hand holding a horse. That would be the upper hand. So tables have turned is an idiom to basically identify a situation that was going one way and it's been flipped. Maybe you're playing cards. Okay, here's what I picture. It's in a seedy lot. Travis, what are the places that you usually have your scenes set? Seedy. Midnight, yeah. Smoke.
A desolate town. But lights are on. Candlelight. A dim glow comes from the inside of the saloon.
3 or 4 wagons are parked outside. These boys are in for a long night. And
someone has fallen off their wagon.
Right.
But you pay him no mind as you brush through the harlots and the drunkards.
Okay.
And you go to sorry.
Right. Okay.
We got the picture.
Okay, so here he is, smoke-filled gambler's lounge, and he's down and out. Right, he is down
for the count.
He's down on his luck.
The guy's got all the chips piled up high across the table from him, and he's got his cigar and he's loving life, and he's just like, "Well, Jimmy, looks like I've got your number once again." Throws the cards down, and Jimmy gives him a look and goes, "Yeah, Billy, you may have thought you had it, but how do you like them apples?" And he drops
and he throws an apple at
a dozen
runs
apples.
Out the door.
But they're red delicious, and so everybody's like, "Whoa, no!" But the
apples,
the hand, where did that guy come from? And
Johnny
everybody
Appleseed.
laughed, and then he proceeded to take all of Jimmy's money. But Billy, he plays he plays a full house, and he's just ready to end it. But Jimmy plays a straight flush, and he says, "My, how the tables have turned." And he actually turns the table so that the chips that were once in front of Billy, the gambler, and he rotates the table. He literally turns the table so that the pile of chips is nestled nicely in his nook.
And then a kind old man in the corner says, "Do you need tables that turn? Check out my shop at the end of Main Street."
Okay.
Well, because
like gears, like the turning.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Billy's gonna move. Like, is he turning the table? The legs of the table are gonna be hitting him.
It's got to be a specialty table, only from
my
my shop.
He stands up and just turns the table around. It's not a hard maneuver.
It is if it's filled with six other guys playing poker. It's very hard to turn a table.
Oak table.
Maybe on top of it was a tablecloth, and he just rotates and scooches.
Does this really grind your gears?
Okay.
Wow, you're having a sales pitch for a made-up man 200 years ago.
Carpentry shop down on Main Street. Trav, we need real sponsors.
Timothy's Tables.
We are now sponsored by Timothy's Tables from the 1840s. Yeah. Stop by for a turntable.
And Tabby Two-Face will take your order. All right.
So that's good, Dan.
Right,
no, I
Dan.
get it. I think that's right on the money.
The picture,
but on the money.
What about
turntables?
Like record players.
Tom, what about him?
I
guy's just standing there listening to music and says, "My, how the tables are turned."
After he set a beverage on it and thought it wouldn't move.
I don't know.
I just picture everybody at a wedding like dancing to just like twist and shout, and they're grooving, and then he goes and he just starts playing some garbage, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" And he just chuckles, "The tables have turned."
Yeah, if you put on a different record, that would be changing the table, so to speak.
Sure.
Yeah. So something like that, you know, goes from Bach to play that funky
You're jumping
music.
ahead.
Ooh. Okay, I know Trav hasn't said anything yet, but it's probably because he doesn't. Probably because he's still thinking about Timmy's tool shed down the street. Timmy's Tables. How about this? In movies, when there's a shootout, and it looks like the guy's, Mavericks, he's outnumbered, and he's getting shot at by the bad guys, and he's going to get hit, like there's no doubt. But then, classic move, slides over behind a big table, and he turns the table over. And now he's got a place to hide, and he's shooting, and
that would be more of flipping tables.
Yeah, because how the tables have flipped. He says, and they're like, they have.
Yes, they have.
That's thick oak.
That's real good oak.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you were introducing it, and I think you had said flip it on its head or something like that.
Yeah.
And turn and flip is a very different motion.
Sure.
If you didn't know.
I kind of flipped the script on you.
Because I can turn, but I can't flip.
Right.
I hope everyone's Christmas was great, because mine and Thomas's was great. We spent some time at the park, and I look over at the swing and I say,
"Oh my gosh, it's true."
I say I can do a backflip off that swing, and Tom says,
"I'll give you
I bet $5 you can't." And then I said, "You're on." And then I went over to the swings, and I got some height up in the air, and I just flipped.
No.
And then I said, "That's $5." And then he said, "No, that's not what I thought." And I had lovely Pat Atkins, I had the kids, I had this other older grandma who was a witness and saw it all happen.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if it was Brock
that day.
I don't know if it was Brock or Trav, but it wasn't. I was picturing him flying out of the swing and doing a full flip and landing it. He's like holding on to the swing ropes.
And then I said, "Tom, have you ever heard of physics?
Yeah.
You can't do that."
Well,
I don't know what you thought.
What did he end up doing?
He just held onto the ropes and like held onto the swing and flipped backwards. And he didn't like jump.
Backflip?
Yeah, he just did a backflip. It wasn't like an Olympic. I guess it would have been a gainer.
He didn't like go forward out of the swing and then do a gainer
and then land with his hands up. No, he was holding on. Yeah, it was different than what I thought, but he did it. I gave him a 5. But how the tables turned.
In my mind turned quickly. That day.
Yep, that was good. So what do you got?
You will rue this day. What?
What do you got?
Besides Timmy's tables.
Yeah, the tables with the gears underneath. So flipping and turning, definitely very different. How the tables have turned. I hate to do this, guys, but I think that I don't have a specific. It's a general. I think that in some industry time period, something that the turning of the tables was like expected and integral to the activity or something like that. Because I have a hard time thinking that's just like some dude stands up and is like, "Turn the table."
Right.
And then it's like, well, like it had to have some
What about in a casino that maybe when they turn the tables, maybe they bring in a new dealer or something?
That's exactly. I was thinking of Vegas Vacation when that guy comes up and does his little thing with the hands. Yep, and then a new dealer comes, and that's a turning of the table.
Yeah, time to turn the tables, and they rotate.
What about the round table, the knights? Like
Sir
maybe
Arthur
all of
and his court?
Yeah, all of a sudden there's all these seats, and there's been a change in the politics. There's been a
change of the guard.
Change of the guard.
Guards.
A whole new knighthood is in there, and it's a turning of the tables. It used to be a Democratic Party. Now it's a Republican Party, and the tables.
That goes back to Arthur's time. Yeah.
Because round tables.
It was a round table.
I was also thinking,
pizza.
Right? Pizza.
I could do a pizza.
I was thinking
put it on
musical
my feet.
chairs. You're playing around
the chairs have been removed one at a time.
You're playing around a rectangle table. Then they bring
Have you played musical chairs?
They bring in a round. I was just at a birthday like a couple months ago.
Did they have a table?
Maybe there's
they have chairs.
There's no table in musical chairs.
Oh, that's true.
Sorry.
Okay, there's chairs there. All right, let's go back to you, Dan.
Granddad's.
Right, and back to you. The tables have turned once again.
And now the tables have turned back to
We're
Dan.
turning the tables.
I feel like I'm carrying a lot of the load here, boys.
Well, it is your
idiom. So if you didn't come prepared to work, then
oh boy.
Yeah, maybe we should invite Brock next.
Well, we had turntable. Brock probably knows all about turntables. Don't you, Brock?
Latchkey kid.
Latchkey kid. Totally.
All right, I'm gonna do one more stab. We've got the casino rotation of the dealers. We've got Maverick hiding behind the upturned table when he's getting shot at by Billy and the Sundance
upturn.
Kid.
You change it from flip to
turned
upturn.
up tables. Turned up his nose at him.
Yep.
And then
turn up nose.
And then the guy fully rotating the table. All of this could have happened in one beautiful scene in the lounge at the casino.
Did someone say tables?
Right. What's turned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm picturing a round table. Is everyone picturing a round table?
Yeah, because that would facilitate
it's easier to rotate.
motion,
Yeah. Table.
Because I mean, you can turn at a right angle though too.
I do like your little record vinyl.
Well, I don't think
mention.
It's a mention.
It wasn't serious,
it could have been the not record player, but maybe the earlier thing with just that big horn thing.
The Vitaphone.
There it is. That's when it would have kind of started.
Where else do we see tables? The dinner table,
restaurants,
yes.
Nightstands.
Nightstands. That's a
table.
Stand.
You don't ever call it a table.
Night table. Tables are bigger.
So when does it become a table?
Table is at least 4 feet.
Yeah. Oh, so just the length?
I'd say length and height.
Width and height.
Depth.
Okay.
Substance. Oak.
I didn't know with your journalism and your theater studies that you also studied carpentry. So
guys, we're gonna have to table that for a second. Let's get
all right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Talk about it later, Tom.
I can't think of any other tables.
Table talk. Isn't that a thing?
Pillow talk.
No, table talk too. I think that's all around the dinner
table. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. There's all types of talk, I guess.
Right.
We're just talking right now.
Right. There's nightstand talk.
Yep.
There's shed talk.
Yep.
You find it, Trav? Is it in your book?
It's not on there. I'm just
shut up.
There's an index, guys, on the books, so you don't read
so we're
the
going
definition.
Wait,
I'll look it up.
Is there any
I just wanted to see that it wasn't on mine.
Any other tables we can do?
Wait, turn or
turn?
I was looking at turn.
I know. I'm thinking of because why would it be
tables?
I did look up table first, though.
Yeah, you guys ready? Because I'm ready. If you can't handle it,
you got it.
Well, I can look it up. Dates?
Well, no.
You guys got some dates at least, since you've given me nothing.
I'll stick with like round table era.
Oh wow. 1500s, 1400s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15.
I'll stick with 1850s. Okay.
Okay. With Timmy's.
Saloon.
I love how dates have become now are just I can only give you a date.
Here we go.
It's turn the tables.
Oh,
you got it.
44, 40.
Turn the tables has been in use for about 400 years. So we'll go 17. No, we'll go.
Oh wow.
1600.
Oh.
It came from. It means to reverse one's fortunes. It comes from backgammon and related games that were once called table games. If one turned the tables, he reversed the fortunes of the players. The person who was winning became the one that was losing, obviously.
Oh, wow.
Guys, I was going to say, I literally was. I'm not saying that this is that I get a leg up or anything.
Right.
But I was going to say that inherent in the game, it would have made sense that it was like, because poker doesn't really, you can't turn your position. But if it was a game that was like, all right, now we're switching places.
Maybe like ping pong, you like all of a sudden you take his point.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, keep going.
No, that's it. I mean, it's a pretty simple. It came from table games, so I think the only one that even mentioned games would have been me.
Yeah,
what do you got, Tom?
I've got a little bit more, but it's the same with backgammon. To reverse the situation and gain the upper hand. In context, our team was behind until near the end of the game when we turned the tables and won. Has its origin in the game of backgammon. In the 17th century, the game was known in England as tables, so they called the game tables.
The game was tables.
Wow. The two halves of the playing board
fun.
are still called tables today. At the time, there was a rule that allowed the players to turn the tables. This involved reversing the board so that the players would continue from their opponents. Oh, wow.
Dang.
So it's like in Uno when you have the reverse.
Yeah.
Or when you swap hands.
Right back
swap hands.
Yep.
The first figurative use of the expression was in Robert Sanderson's sermons in 1634 when he said, "Whosoever thou art that dost another wrong, do but turn the tables. Imagine thy neighbor were now playing thy game, and thou his."
Whoa. Deep.
Yeah,
Walk a mile in my shoes.
That's deep.
A more modern
Timothy.
reference, we got a game for Christmas for the kids called Taco versus Burrito. And
Nice.
you can hold your cards in either a taco burrito, and one of the cards you can play allows you to swap your hand completely, and that's a modern turntabler if I've ever heard one.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I was a kid and I was losing it, like a game of, let's say, Monopoly, I would turn the tables.
Oh yeah.
And you just flip it the whole game.
Exactly. I've done that once.
Nobody remembers like where.
You just put your hands on the board and just spread everything around.
I might get
you spread the wealth that way.
They used to call me a table turner.
Anger a few people.
Anger us, Trav.
I think politicians are doing that today.
Sure.
They're turning the tables, just kind of spreading things around.
You could probably argue that they've always done that. That's what makes them politicians. But
go on.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh wow.
Man, I was just like, I don't want to play this, and so I was like, I just didn't understand
You loved it,
It was dumb.
Right.
No, and then I was just like, whoops, what happens if boom?
Whoa.
I do that with Catan all the time.
If you ever do that with Catan, I will kill you.
I'll have your head.
I'll turn the tables on your.
Yeah.
I'll get.
And we'll
I'll literally turn the table and smash your head.
Tie
with
your
it.
hands behind your back and make you pick up the pieces with your teeth.
Table turner.
Table turner. We've got to turn.
Table turner, Tommy. Yeah.
Timothy's tables.
Okay. Yeah. Can we get another advertisement for Timothy's tables?
Advertisement for Timothy's tables.
Hey, have any of you guys ever played backgammon? Because I've seen it before, but I never have.
Been a while.
You've played it?
Backgammon? Yeah.
Like that's from like the old people play it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like a while back? Gammon?
Back.
Like in another life?
Back with my grandma, we were playing backgammon.
Like a fortnight ago.
Yeah.
And is it fun?
No, I played it. I just I can't. It's interesting, yeah.
Okay.
Did you turn the tables on your grandma?
Yeah.
We outlawed that move.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To make it more fun.
Grandma couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
So.
I understand.
Do you remember the opening?
No, wait, I couldn't handle it. She wanted to turn the tables, and I was just like, Grandma, I just want to spend time with you. And she's like, ah!
Do you remember the chess scene on, it was Pixar's first short with the old man playing himself?
Brilliant.
And he turned the chess table.
Was that in front of
Monsters, when the guy like dropped his glasses?
Yeah.
And he comes up and the chess table's turned and he turned.
Which was also the character that renovated Woody
in Toy Story. Anyway, well, full circle, guys, and this is it. This is
full table.
This is full table turn. We turn the tables on you. You come into this show thinking, hey, I might learn something, and boy, will we turn the tables on you. You won't learn anything. You won't. But
you definitely don't.
But still listen to us.
I do.
I mean, it's a good time.
Before we wrap this up, this was suggested by one of our listeners, Mr. Ben Nelson. I want to give a shout out. He said, hey, Ben, what about turn the tables? And he's doing a little turn the tables in his family, moving them from the frigid climes of Nebraska to ours, truly, Tuolumne, soon. So
ours truly, Travis and ours.
Right, because I'll be back here soon. But we might need to get him as a guest on the show someday. Anyway, that was
Ben,
blast,
anytime.
Boys,
we'll move some things around in the shed.
And we can always make room. We can move a table out or two.
We might even need to turn that table out. Yeah. So
well, Dan, thanks for that one. Thanks for a lively evening. Thank you for titillating the mind, as Tom likes to say.
It's always like a fireside chat with him. Just
it would be great if there was a fire in here right now, because like my legs are frozen, man.
I have this extra pair of gloves.
Thanks.
For your legs.
Well, you want me to set them on my calves or my thighs here, my kneecap? Well, Dan, I hope you hold your dear ones close and your horses closer.
And always a pleasure to see your face.
Always a pleasure.
Just one of them. I hate your other face. I hate your other
don't
face.
Show us the face in the back.
That one going.
The little one that drools and whispers weird things. Thanks, guys. That was mine.
That was fun.
Oh, man.
All right, kids. Well,
gentlemen.
Until we meet again.
But Dan, don't.
Listeners.
Don't. Sign off when we say goodbye. Okay. We can still talk.
Yeah, we can. We need to. We need to clear. I've got some NDAs that you need to sign. So, all right. Well,
good night and good
listeners.
Fare thee well.
Wait. That's good.
Fare thee well.
Yep.
All right. Let's end on a high note.